Hi, this is Eric with Shot Glass Media. I'm here today with the bassist of Trivium, Paolo.
How you doing?
How you doing today?
Good, man. Just trying to stay cool.
That's why I'm here.
The tree.
Alright, so you're on the annual Rockstar Mayhem Fest.
Yes.
How's the tour been so far?
It's been great. Right now, today, we've been upgraded from the Jaeger stage. For the next 8 shows, we're doing the main stage. It's cool. Yeah, it's split in thirds. Machine Head did the first 8. We're doing the next, then In Flames does it. So, it's been great. Whether you're on the Jaeger stage, Revolver stage, main stage, it's all good. You're treated fairly. It's a good vibe.
Have you had any like crazy moments so far on the tour?
Crazy moments. All the metal mixers, which are like the parties where everyone gets together and they're all themed, they've just started. So far I haven't gotten any messy situations yet, but I have a feeling today could be one because we have a lot of guests coming out. So we'll see what happens. And we have to go to a border tonight, so we'll see.
So you guys have a new album.
Yeah.
In Waves. What can fans expect to hear from us?
I think for people that have been listening to us for a long time, I think we'll notice that this is definitely our most mature album by far. We're just really coming to our own as players and adding that last missing link that we needed in Nick, our new drummer. I think we've really found our ground, like musically, what we need to do. And Matt, as a lyricist and a vocalist, is, I think he's definitely on this record. He's bumped himself up to being a top-notch frontman.
Well, definitely speaking of what I've listened to In Waves, Dust to Snail, and even the new song Deceived.
Yeah. So Deceived was actually an old song.
What was it?
We just re-recorded it from Ascendancy. We did on those DVDs the live things. What it actually is we did 4 new ones, and then we did 4 old ones: Ember to Inferno, Deceived, Suffocating Sight, and we did some other one I can't remember.
All I know is the songs I've heard so far are badass, and I can definitely say the drums have improved.
Yeah, he's on top of it.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna trash Travis.
Yeah.
But definitely saying Nick is definitely showing his game.
Definitely, I mean, I'll say Nick saved our band in many ways, you know, musically, but just as a person, he's a great person to tour with, and our band just functions so much better. Like, if there's issues, it's like we just all lay it out on the table, we can talk to each other like men, and there's no bullshit anymore, so it's great. We're in the best spot we've been in.
How was the family actually been
with Nick? It's been great, you know. I mean, anytime you're a new guy coming into something established, you're going to have a lot to live up to and prove, and, you know, Nick stepped up right away. The first thing he did for us was learn, back in 2009 when he was about to do a tour, he had 12 days to learn a headliner set of shit he's never heard in his life, and, you know, came out, killed it, and since then it's just gotten better and better. He's comfortable, and I think now that he's made an album, he feels more a part of the band. Exactly. You know, he feels legitimate.
Like an outsider.
Yeah, he feels legitimate, and I think our fans have definitely welcomed him with open arms. And it's cool. We have killer fans. They're just cool people, and they welcome Nick in. So it's been great.
Usually I have these things written down outside and say,
swing it.
Just wing it. Hot outside. We have to be formal.
Yeah.
So okay. Summer is usually known for having crazy comic movies or big action flicks. Do you ever get a chance to actually go see the movies, or what do you
Depends what it is. Depends what it is. Well, yesterday we stopped in State College, which is like close to where my family's from, in Pennsylvania. So I pretty much spent yesterday swimming in the Susquehanna all day, and then ate a shitload of food and drank some beer. That was it.
And yesterday, nothing but meat.
That's good. That's all you got. I think something with like heat and just eating like good, like either barbecue or grilled stuff just goes hand in hand.
So we earlier did an interview with Hunter, and we talked about the crowd difference between European crowds and American crowds. Because I know you've been over in Europe to the big festivals. Yeah. What would you compare this to?
Well, it's tough, like in terms of like how these main stages are set up because there's so many seats. And like usually the festivals over there, it's just a big open theater. And I mean, I guess in terms of people going crazy, like doing pits, it's like you can't do a circle pit in a seated place like this. But it just depends. Like if people know who you are, or you go out there and it's the right audience. You know, I'd say American festivals can be just as cool, if not better, than European festivals because you know, we played our share of European festivals that were, you know, like, all right, that was a little awkward, but that's back when you're usually new and stuff. And when people know who we are, though, I say anywhere we go, it's off the wall.
Have you ever thought you'd be at such a hyper popularity when you first started the band back in like the early 2000s?
We had no expectations for ascendancy. We didn't know where we were going to be. We hoped in 5 years that, you know, if we worked hard, that we get to, you know, being in a bus maybe, just, you know, being a decent touring band that can make a living off touring. And we've just been very lucky that things have worked out right. You know, we've made a lot of errors along the way, but we've always tried to learn from what we've done and tried to improve upon what we've done, you know, each album. So it's worked out perfect.
I remember the first time I saw Trivium was at Worcester, the Palladium.
Oh yeah.
It was upstairs.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's like small time. I think it was before Ascendancy came out.
Yeah. I remember playing that. We did like a loop of the Northeast scene for like 5 months before that album came out. We just kept playing like the upstairs, the Palladium, played Philly, somewhere in New York. It was just constant.
Like keep going around.
Yeah.
And I remember I was just like so close, and I'm like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
And then I found out, hey, you know, one of my favorite labels, Roadrunner, and then Ascendancy came out. I was blown away, and ever since, every record has just kept me going.
Cool, man.
And I think like today my favorite is Shogun.
Yeah.
You know, which is a lot
That's
of.
That's definitely been one that's, I think when we play those songs live, it's definitely, people have been just really taken to that album and stuff. It wasn't like an album that was like just blew up and was like the biggest album of our career, but it was an album that really grew on people, and the songs have kind of stood the test of the short amount of time that it's been out. There's probably some of our strongest songs in the set.
All I know is like I was a little bummed when the Crusade came out and Matt wasn't really screaming. But when Shogun came out, he screamed again. I was like,
yeah.
And like I said, it's just one of those evolution types.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be the same.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of learned how to experiment within our sound and keep it still our sound and keep the elements now. I think we learned like what to do with that. So that's kind of part of doing it. When we did that follow-up, we were all still so green, really, because I mean, Ascendancy was the first album where we toured, so we were really still cutting our teeth on that touring cycle and making that record.
So, well, after Wave comes out, obviously you're going to be doing a lot of promotional publicity. What do you have in mind for the future of Trivium after that?
After all the publicity, all the touring?
After Mayhem, what do you have lined up?
Geez, we have a big tour coming up in the fall that we announced too early and then they told us not to talk about anymore, but
that's fine.
People, if you look on the internet, you can figure it out.
Probably figure it out.
Yeah, and got that in the fall, playing in Loud Park in Japan. We've got a European tour with In Flames, and then a UK tour with In Flames. So.
Also, you're going to be hanging out with the boys.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of touring with them. We did a lot of touring with them back in 2006 here in the States, so first time overseas.
Has there been anybody on this tour that you've checked out or want to check out?
Oh, Megadeth. Yes, best show. It's like no frills. It's literally just them playing their songs, and it's awesome, man. Like, I mean, obviously I didn't grow up when I wasn't old enough to know, you know, when the classic albums came out and experience that. But it's just so sick to go out there and you see such a wide range of people. You know, you got, you know, our guitar tech yesterday. We went and watched, and you know, he remembers making it back in the day, and he's like, man, it feels like I'm 20 again. You know, seeing this, and for me, it's like this is awesome.
Like you're just experiencing.
Yeah, and it's like I'd say they're probably sound better now than they ever have. They have a great lineup. Everything just sounds sick. So it's awesome. They're my favorite band on this bill.
That seems to be the general consensus. Is Megadeth.
I'm saying Megadeth and In Flames.
Oh, In Flames for sure. I mean, In Flames, I would say had just as big an influence on that as Metallica did. You know, I think he's the dude I kind of discovered most of the Swedish thing, the Swedish melodic death metal scene. I really didn't know anything but like Soilwork, and I had heard of In Flames, but Matt and Corey were way into that, so that's kind of how I discovered that.
Alright, here's another question. About a year or two ago, you went on tour with Slipknot with Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah.
You obviously, when you go on tours, you kind of grow close to some of these guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Recently, the bassist for Coheed was arrested here.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty weird situation, but it was like maybe a couple weeks ago. What are your thoughts on it? Like seeing something like that happen to somebody in the community?
Man, it sounds like a really, I don't really know the details, but it sounds like a really shitty situation, and hopefully if he has a problem with anything, he can get it sorted out. So you don't want to see someone's life ruined over a dumb mistake or something that, you know, maybe they have issues with drugs and alcohol and they just can't really control their actions at that point. So if anything, I just hope the dude gets better and hope he doesn't get too harsh of a punishment, you know, if it was his first thing.
Yeah, it's always, you know, like I said, it's just one of those disappointing things.
Yeah, I don't know, it's like when things like that happen to people that are in the public eye, you know, the first reactions, everyone jumps on it and, you know, it's like, screw this guy, he has everything going for him. But, you know, we're all real people, and a lot of people on tour have a lot of issues and demons that sometimes manifest in ways like that.
Well, do you have any last words you want to say to anybody that's watching this? Just
thank you for supporting us all these years, taking us from the upstairs of the Palladium to the main stage of the Mayhem Tour. So thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. In Waves comes out in August. I definitely recommend to go get it. I personally am buying the special edition because I'm just a freak. So definitely go check it out and catch him on Mayhem for the rest of the show.
Nice.
Yeah, we're good.